Chapter 2: Shadows in the Blood.
For 2 nights after the Chinatown shop, Jay couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed him home. The air in his room was wronged too, still, too heavy. Lights flickered. The corners of his vision seemed to move when he looked away. At first, it was small things, a drawer sliding open by itself, the faint scrape of nails on the walls. Then came the whispers, low, wet murmurs that crawled up from the floorboards. Was vague. They spoke in Japanese he didn't understand, yet every syllable filled him with dread. When he finally gathered courage to lift the book from beneath his bed, he froze. It was gone. Had he imagined bringing it home? That night, the shadows answered for him. Something slammed his door so hard the frame cracked. The lights cut out. In the dark, he saw them shapes, tall and thin, sliding along the ceiling like ink poured into water. The Kuranai no Oni had found him.
The beating.
By the next afternoon, Jay was a ghost at school, sleepless and jumpy. When he left the building, Jamal and his crew were waiting. "Yo, where you running now, fat boy?" Jay didn't even try to fight. They surrounded him like wolves, fists flashing. Each punch landed dull and wet against his ribs, his jaw, his stomach. When they were done, he was half conscious, on the asphalt, rain mixing with blood. He lay there staring at the clouds until a car horn jolted him awake. Somehow, he crawled home.
The haunting.
For days, he barely ate. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw motion in the dark shapes standing over him. Then the scratches began. Thin red lines appeared across his chest in the morning, like claws had raked him in his sleep. Objects slid across the room by unseen hands. Something breathed beside his ear while he lay frozen in bed. One night, the temperature dropped suddenly. His breath hung white in the air. Then an invisible hand gripped his throat. He kicked, choking, rising off the mattress. His body lifted, toes scraping the sheets as he clawed at nothing. The pressure tightened until stars exploded behind his eyes. Then the unseen force flung him across the room. He crashed to the floor, gasping as he crawled toward the door. Trembling, he saw Itha. Red leather book half slid from beneath his bed. The dragon embossed on its cover seemed to shimmer, almost alive. The message was clear. They wanted him to remember.
The tattoo.
No one believed him. His mother said it was stress. His sister laughed it off. So Jay stopped talking. Haunted, sleepless, desperate, he made a decision. If the demons wanted the dragon, he'd give it to them. But on his terms. He printed the image from his phone and walked into a tattoo shop downtown. The artist whistled when he saw it. Old school Japanese piece. Nice flow. You sure you want it that big? Jay nodded. Exactly like the picture. The needle bit into his skin, and for the first time in weeks, he felt calm as if each drop of ink anchored him to something real. When it was done, the black and crimson dragon coiled across his chest, its eye glinting with the light from the lamp. Walking home. The skin still raw and burning, Jay almost felt proud until he saw Jamal again.
The confrontation.
Jamal was leaning against a car with his girlfriend, laughing. When he spotted Jay, his grin twisted. "Look who's still breathing." Jay's exhaustion snapped. "At least my mom doesn't have to pay people to love her," he spat. The laughter stopped. Jamal's hand cracked across his face, dropping him to the pavement. As Jay hit the ground, his shirt tore at the collar, revealing the fresh tattoo. Jamal snorted. "What's this? Some kind of magic tramp stamp?" He slapped the inflamed ink hard. The pain shot through Jay like electricity. He bolted, sprinting all the way home.
The awakening.
His mother screamed when she saw him bruised, bleeding, shirt torn. She kept demanding names, threatening to call the cops. Jay just shouted, "Leave me alone," and locked himself in his room. He collapsed onto the bed and didn't wake for 2 days.
The dream.
He dreamed of hell. A wasteland of fire and bone, the sky split with crimson light. Demons fought in endless combat, blades of obsidian clashing against each other. And towering above them all was a figure cloaked in red flame, the Red Dragon himself. When one of the Koronai no Oni lunged for him, Jay ran. The ground beneath his feet was made of screaming faces. The air reeked of blood and smoke. The demon struck him down, claws tearing across his back. Jay rolled onto his side just as the creature leaped. An onyx shadow with burning eyes, then light. A blinding, searing brilliance engulfed him. A sound like the shriek of 1,000 trumpets split his skull. His ears bled. He screamed, then silence. He floated in a white void, weightless, A voice filled his mind, warm, infinite.
"Do not fear, child. I am the guardian placed upon your bloodline."
The light shifted, showing visions, heaven, earth, and beyond them other realms, each ruled by ancient beings. The voice continued.
"Before time, before light, the Red Dragon was. He is not of God's creation, yet his power rivals it. He feeds upon the unworthy. You were spared because your blood carries the mark of the Nephilim."
Images poured into his mind, his ancestors, angels warring with shadow.
The dragon sought to claim you, but heaven intervened. You may choose your path. Bear the mark as a warrior, not of darkness, but of light.
Jay felt the warmth flood his chest.
Accept, and you will wield what was meant for evil as a weapon of heaven.
He didn't hesitate. "I accept." The void exploded in radiance.
Rebirth.
Jay woke, gasping. Sunlight poured through the blinds. His sheets were soaked with sweat. He stood and froze. His reflection in the mirror was unrecognizable. The pudgy, bruised kid was gone. In his place stood a lean, sculpted, figure, muscles cut like stone, eyes sharp and clear. His broken teeth were whole again. Every scar had vanished. The dragon tattoo across his chest shimmered faintly, its black scales threaded with gold light, as though something holy pulsed beneath the ink. Jay touched it, and for the first time in his life, felt power. The room looked brighter. The fear that had stalked him was gone, replaced by calm purpose. But as AW gave way to panic, one thought crept in. How the hell am I going to explain this to Mom? He looked toward the window, heart racing. Maybe he wouldn't have to. Maybe it was time to disappear and find out what destiny a boy marked by both heaven and the dragon was truly meant for.
Thank you for listening to the Book of the Red Dragon. Please like, subscribe, and follow for Chapter 3.